Haven't you ever wondered what goes into making your favorite anime? If so, good news, because Shirobako is the answer you've been looking for. Of course, you could also probably read about it on Wikipedia or something, but where's the fun in that? Shirobako is an anime about making anime. Yes, I know. Insert obligatory Inception joke here. It's a unique, in-depth look into the industry unlike anything I've seen before. As someone with no background in animation or art of any kind, I've always been curious as to how it works. I mean, it's easy for me to sit here behind a computer screen and criticize the final product like there's no tomorrow, but there's so much that goes into anime, even the shows I hate, that I feel like I need to do them justice. Shirobako gave me a new appreciation for the industry, while also making me feel like a total dick for criticizing shows that people undoubtedly worked very, very hard on. And yes, I mean that in the best possible way. Today, under the scope, I take a look at Shirobako, an anime about making anime. So, you thought Shirobako's story was as simple as the premise makes it sound?
Wrong!
Beyond the detailed look into anime production, Shirobako is a story about struggling to achieve your dreams, teamwork, and failure. Aoi Miyamori is a young production assistant at the relatively small studio Musashino Animation, with dreams of one day reuniting with her friends from their high school animation club to make a real anime of their very own. The series can be split up into two parts, each detailing a different production from Musashino. Aside from just showing how the industry works, the story also demonstrates the problems that arise from schedule delay after schedule delay to a hard-to-work-with mangaka of an adapted work. I can just picture the writers of the series sitting around and just ranting about everything that's ever annoyed the shit out of them while working in the industry. Shirobako is a workplace slice of life through and through, so if you find that sort of thing boring, you'll most likely drop it. The story is definitely slow at times. It was a little overwhelming at the start. There's a lot of industry slang throughout the show, so if you're like me and you have no idea how this thing works, then you're likely to get a little confused at all the inside jargon they throw at you, especially at the start. Shirobako does all the little things right, from the bear and pirate doll that serve as Miyamori's inner thoughts vocalized, to the countless references the show makes. Seriously, I don't even think I caught half of them. They reference other shows, other studios, real-life people, hell, even buildings. It's honestly incredible and only adds to the realism of the series. The comedy's just fantastic at times, constantly sneaking in little moments of greatness like this. Fabulous. For me, it was a bit refreshing to see a slice-of-life series that doesn't take place in a high school setting for once. It's entertaining, hilarious, and educational. Shirobako's story is the rare breed of slice of life that perfectly balances comedy and drama, while also throwing in a wildly entertaining look into the industry. Shirobako has a very large cast of characters, impressively managing to flesh them all out despite limited screen time. Rather than talk about each one in depth, because that would take over half an hour, I'm going to try to describe as many of them as I can in 30 seconds. Ready? And go. The hardworking MC whose second calling was in a Fast and Furious movie, the fabulous mentor, the manager whose bad side you want to stay away from, fat guy who likes to bake cakes, fat guy who likes to eat cakes, the one who fucks everything up but somehow manages to keep his job, and the badass goth lolly who saves the day from the guy who fucks everything up. The old man who you knew was secretly awesome the first time he came on screen, the soft-spoken girl who's probably too nice for her own good, the shy girl who takes shy so far it's absolutely adorable, the energetic one who's just an awesome person, the girl who can't catch a break, the girl who hates the break she caught, the girl who caught a break without even trying to, and the rest. That was a lot harder than I thought it'd be. Shirobako's cast has a character for literally every personality type. There's guaranteed to be a character you can relate to. The interactions between them are expertly done, making you connect with each and every one, especially Shizuka. The show kinda likes to shit on her for a while, and seeing her try so hard to achieve her dream only to fall short time and time again is a little bit heartbreaking. These aren't your typical one-dimensional character cutouts, but rather interesting and fleshed out personalities. In fact, some of the characters are actually based off real people, and some of those real people voice their anime counterpart. Well done, PA Works. Well done. Not all of the characters are great, here's looking at you, Taro, but I didn't find any of them to be bad. The premise may make it seem like it's all about Miyamori and her friends, but while that is an important part of the show, the real story is in the entire cast and their interactions. Shirobako's cast is simply great, and helps make this anime about making anime something much, much more. For a show about anime production, the production values better be good, or that would be kind of embarrassing. Thankfully, PA Works did an exceptional job in the animation department. The character designs are easily the highlight, with a bevy of unique looks that make the characters that much more memorable. As multifaceted and interesting as the cast is, it helps that the designs are equally so. Another bright spot was the look of the in-show anime, even if they both look like shows I would never consider watching. If they're making anime in the anime, then isn't that like a live-action show to them? In which case, what would an actual live-action show be? Am I thinking too hard about this? The animation is somewhat par for the course as far as modern shows are concerned, but it still stuck with me. Considering it's a workplace slice of life, the soundtrack wasn't all that important to me going in, but it surprisingly stood out at several points throughout the series, and always fit the situation perfectly. Perhaps the best part of the sound was the voice acting, as they all perfectly fit the personalities of their characters. While none of the openings or endings stuck, the overall sound, like the animation, was very solid and added to the overall greatness of the show. Saying Shirobako is just an anime about making anime is doing it a major injustice. Yes, a large part of Shirobako is just that, but it's also a terrific story about fighting to achieve one's dreams in a very unique setting, i.e. not high school. The giant cast of characters could have easily watered down their individual development, but instead enhanced it, showing just how many people and how much teamwork goes into making an anime. Shirobako takes a realistic approach in showing how adulthood doesn't always go as planned, but that doesn't mean you can't make the most of it. It demonstrates how hard work doesn't guarantee success, but with it, you give yourself a chance. Failure doesn't define who you are, it's how you get back up. It offers an intricately detailed, wonderfully accurate, and occasionally exaggerated, albeit comedically, look into the anime industry, as well as a much larger story about adulthood and achieving your dreams. So with that, I award Shirobako an approval rating of Watch, and an overall score of 4.2 Don Donuts out of 5. It's definitely not for everybody, and the story can get a bit slow at times, but Shirobako still entertained the hell out of me and was a relatable, true-to-life workplace dramedy about the inner workings of the anime industry. If you call yourself an anime fan, I urge you to give Shirobako a shot. If you're looking for something similar to Shirobako, take a look at Bakuman for a show that details the creation of manga in a similarly realistic comedic tone. Also take a look at Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun for another show about making manga, only with the deconstruction of the rom-com genre that makes for an absolutely hilarious series. And that's all for me. For an explanation of the rating system, look in the description. Please leave any questions in the comments below, and do subscribe if you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.